Pickles, before you're giving too much advice to Wyatt, feel free to give him my number. I will set him up with Mike for that dating advice. After 3 years in a relationship, he's out. Boom. 3 months later, he's jumping right back in. Wyatt, we're here for you, man. If you're going to take some bad advice, you should at least take it from us. That's all I got to say about that, right? I mean, am I right or am I right?
You are right,
man.
Right. If you're going to take bad advice, take it from us.
That's right. You can take bad advice.
You can get bad advice anywhere, bro, but here it's going to be the best bad advice you can possibly get.
Hey, everybody,
there's the Amazon review. There's the Amazon review. 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, he completely destroyed my life, but I mean, it was very entertaining and I enjoyed it,
and it was fun.
That's the way it is with the crazy girls. It's like, God, she destroyed my life. She deleted everything on my cell phone, all my pictures of my dog from 25 years ago. She key jobbed my car. She slashed my tires. But oh my God, was it a fun?
What did you do to deserve that? That's the question.
But oh my God, was it fun?
Oh, Zester does have a new room. He's in new digs.
Crazy Shreks is the best Shreks. Don't forget that, guys.
But Gary has just been on a rip this evening. Gary, I loaned my girlfriend $500 after we met. After 3 years, we broke up. She returned exactly $500. I lost interest in that relationship. But
Gary, you are a sick man.
Oh, Twitch has a point here, Mike. After that last one, but she was so hot, you do it again.
Sure, you just buy a cheap car. So
right.
let her abuse your Toyota.
Why do women expect more out of men? We're just not that complex.
Mm-hmm.
Feed us and keep us happy in at least one out of
in life. We're happy.
One other room.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Yeah, it just doesn't seem right with the beat up walls in the background.
Yeah.
Everybody was always OCD about getting those blotches painted over. Well, they no longer have to worry about them.
That's right. Did we rearrange our podcasting room there, Zester? We just moved the camera.
No. I'm in a new place, and so I am in a small little apartment. So I've got pretty much no space at all. But I do have a nice view behind me. I've yet to figure out how to get the camera to actually show it, because something about the glass and the brightness of the sun, it just looks like you're staring into the center.
Dude.
When I open it
I was going to say, though, it's the sun's not out.
Well, it wouldn't help any right now.
Nah, but out that window, you can see across Puerto Termina and Cabrillas, Puerto Rico, and see the ocean. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful view from there, even if it is.
We haven't actually seen the sun here in Vegas since they started chemtrailing on Wednesday.
It's been pretty good here. Zester is in between moves, so he's getting ready to start some construction. He sold his house.
Yeah, but the cats do absolutely love it here because they've got their little window hammocks that fold up and down, and so whenever the sun is out, they love
I need one of those.
They love it at night as well. Oh, they're the bomb. They're little
Where did you find that?
Little stickies. They stick right to it, so you can easily remove them. They're the bomb. Absolute bomb.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some of those for penny.
They're like $5 or $6.
Wait, they come from
there
Wally
are more
World?
hammocks coming.
Now remember, Zester, when you
order them online or what?
Yeah, they were ordered online.
Okay, I'm gonna find those.
Remember,
they're also gonna be looking while you guys talk.
Remember the 2-week rule. Remember the 2-week rule, Zester. After you move, you don't open your doors. You don't let the cats out for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, no. Let them learn the place.
Oh,
right,
yeah. No, never. I would never trust them anyway. Especially Tommy. Tommy's crazy about trying to get out, and he would not survive 30 seconds out there.
Thank you, Kukla. That was Dave's cat, Sebastian, a.k.a. Seabass.
A.k.a. the Seabass.
Yeah.
That was Dave.
He's fine,
Yeah.
Nothing to say about Dave, except that he walks really slowly. But when we went to the Rams-Seahawks game this weekend, they were great. at accommodating us. They actually gave us handicap seating on the 20-yard line, Seahawks sideline.
Wow.
They treated us really, really well. Beautiful. Oh,
The
you can
Seahawks
see us on
win?
TV. You can see us on TV and stuff. It's awesome.
Did the Seahawks win?
No, they were.
Oh, so sorry about that, man.
They did not win.
Fortunately for me, my team is recovering and starting to coalesce at a good time in the season, just in time to
Have
implode
Aaron
in the
Rodgers break
playoffs.
his wrist. Yeah, just have Aaron Rodgers break his non-throwing wrist. Yeah,
Yep.
you heard about that, right?
Yeah, heard about that one. All right. Here's our chance, Mike, because you know they're going to ask you. You might as well go ahead and get it over with and out of the way. Do you have anything fun RV related for him?
Well, not fun, but I do have a couple of tips that I just got this afternoon after my show with Jen today. I have 2 bond guys, one of whom just said he's been told he gets paid tomorrow. Again, he gets his bonds cashed out tomorrow. This time he thinks it's real, but he thought last time it was real. And then there's a couple other people who are peripheral who say tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, then Saturday the 15th. Saturday the 15th especially seems to be kind of a big deal. It's the anniversary of the murder of President Kennedy, which would be a whole Q thing. It's supposedly the SWIFT system goes offline and is replaced by QFS forever. ISO 2020-2222, whatever that thing is. So, and there are multiple people who know a little bit telling me they think it's either tomorrow or Saturday. So that's kind of my update that I have. That's it. Bond guy, though, is exciting. So, well, I have one bond guy who won't talk, and the other bond guy says he was told he gets his payout tomorrow. So if he does, if that happens, things are moving. So let's get excited about that possibility.
I'm sitting here in the background looking up
Why am
looking
I
up like cat window things. They're like all over
I
Amazon.
already sent a message. I'm going to have an answer for you on that one quickly. But I know that the 22nd, everybody, Mike, everybody has been hitting me up asking about ISO. November 22nd, the ISO messaging standard comes into effect for U.S. banks.
Okay.
And so that's the ultimate deadline date for messaging standards between banks in the United States to adhere to the new ISO standards.
And Iraq announced today that they have adhered to for the new ISO MX 2022, the new messaging system.
Well, okay. They also keep saying they also put out something today to the effect that they're looking forward to operating in the SWIFT system and all this other stuff. So they're still using
the SWIFT MX system. I was told the SWIFT system changes to the new system. In other words, kind of like the Fed. They're absorbing it, getting rid of the bad, keeping the good parts.
Yeah, and you know what people are telling me is okay. So the new SWIFT system is actually the QFS that's still pretending to be the SWIFT system. And they're not going to call it QFS, and that's what's happening on Saturday. So that's the absolute back wall, Mark. That's it. I'm being facetious here, folks, but you know that is what people are telling me. So we shall see.
Deets, yes, we are in Puerto Rico. She's in Santa Isabel. We are in Camoy and Cabrillas on the northwest coast.
How was your weekend with your twin?
Oh, it was just awesome.
Yeah.
I was exhausted after, and it wasn't like they just it wasn't like they wanted to go everywhere and all those things. It wasn't that much extra on me. I've just been overdoing it for too many weeks, and it was taking its toll. But it was so awesome having her here. It was just great.
She's visited before. Oh, that's
this is what is going on behind the camera.
Oh,
Mike, if anybody
Tell me playing in a bag.
Tony has decided to put the bag on like a dress.
You can just hang her in that, and she won't be able to get out. Just hang her from the ceiling.
Tell me, what have you done?
For him.
He's not the brightest, buddy.
No, he's not the brightest, but he's sweet.
Slow.
He's cool.
Okay, Gary 7, you need to stop, Gary 7. Did you see that? My cats don't sleep in the window. They think it's such a pain. Yeah, Gary.
Window pane.
Stop, Gary. Stop.
Yeah. Oh, Gary. Gary's on a roll tonight. It's awesome. Zester, did you let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it.
The thing is, how does he have all these at his fingertips? How does he have them all at his fingertips? Does he have a dad joke?
Dude, he's written books on dad jokes. He's shared them for free for downloads for the community before. He's like literally published books on dad jokes. He's got them all.
Well, hopefully someday I have a little boy or a little girl or both to.
That's what we need med
tell
beds,
dad
right?
jokes too. Hopefully I can do that. Med beds. Hopefully will provide that possibility.
Yeah, where is Tina and Tino? We've seen Tommy,
I don't know
but
where they're often
Tommy,
hiding
Tommy.
at the moment. I don't know. I was just looking. Oh, I see a Tina.
I'm
Tina-
certain she'll be on top of you before long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
one of them left
Treebeard.
a pretty good scratch on him last week.
Thank you, Treebeard.
Yeah, that's Tommy because Tommy doesn't have the same chair. The chair, he would always sit on the top of it. He would literally sit on top of the chair on my shoulder. He doesn't have that anymore, and so he's been trying to just jump straight to my shoulder.
Now, what are you
Not
doing
that
for
angry.
Thanksgiving, Mike? Are you going to go? You and Dave going to go celebrate and with our friendly mushroom lady friends? Or
No,
what?
actually, it's kind of up in the air. Jim and Regina Mitchell are friends here. Jim's on my football program, which is tomorrow. We do the weekend preview show tomorrow at 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern tomorrow with Jim Mitchell. But we may go to their place. We did last year, but they're kind of like not sure if they've got family coming. So if they got family coming, what we'll do is I will cook Thursday. And then we'll go to their place probably on Friday. Otherwise, it'll be we go to their place on Thursday, and then Dave and I will cook separately on Friday, or I will cook. I'm the one who has mastered all of the Thanksgiving recipes. So,
Oh, this is great. So we have to the rescue here with the link for Gary's book. Just awesome.
yeah, it's cool. Hey, Dave Barris here. You want to say hi to Dave Barris?
Yeah, Dave, pop in, say hello.
Pop in and say hello, Dave Barris.
Dave's like, I don't know. Maybe not.
Come on in.
It's okay.
There he is. Dave Barris just went to the doctor. Did you get a clean bill of health from Dr.
Dave,
Viva?
everybody was enjoying your cat.
Dave, Dave apparently is eating McDonald's for dinner. He's a
Dave,
2
don't do
McDonald's
it.
a day kind of guy.
So he's trying to support Donald Trump with his McDonald's. thing. Yeah, that's
get your face
well.
down.
Now that he's working in McDonald's.
Get your face down.
Yeah, so people can see
Hi.
you.
Hi. Hey, guys.
All right. If you're gonna sit there and talk, at least be on camera.
We got to get them closer so they can see that you guys are actually
All right,
twins.
close the door, will you? And take the dog.
I
with
did
you.
just see it for the first time right there where I was like, wait a second. They're twins.
They're twins. You should sit down with them. Wait, that's right. Riley was with me in Vegas to meet them both. You didn't.
Yeah,
get
no, I have not gotten to meet Dave in person. I've only gotten to meet Mike. So no,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. That'll be fun.
Dave.
Well-
Dave is great. He's great. He's interesting sense of humor.
Hopefully, we are all getting together soon here in Las Vegas for a little celebration weekend. That'd be great.
I thought Dave was coming here. Oh, we forgot to tell you.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
he likes those Puerto Rican girls. Some of them Puerto Rican girls. What was it? What was that song?
it's
Hot Stuff. Yeah, where Mick Jagger talks about Puerto Rican girls that are just dying to meet you.
Has Penny met Zester's kitties? Some of, not all of.
Penny has stopped by once or twice, and kind of met
Mm-hmm.
the trio, the Italian street gang. But Penny doesn't know she's a cat, so Penny kind of lost that opportunity to ever really be friends with other cats because she doesn't get it. She won't play with them. She won't do anything with them.
Now she thinks she's a dog. That
Okay.
can climb.
Okay. How do you know you're a dog?
Well, I mean, today's world, she can identify as whatever she wants, can't she?
She identifies as a lion.
I'd rather if she identifies as a human, use the toilet so we can get rid of the litter box. But shh. Yeah, Ted, do your cats call you ZZ Pop? That's a good question. for Zester.
Wow.
ZZ Pop. I was always Papa Z to most of my kids' friends.
Yeah.
What are you? Okay, Twitch wants to know what you're having tonight. Are you having anything? Mike's probably behaving. I think all of us are pretty worn out. I did pour a little Elijah Craig, the small barrel,
Yeah.
don't think I'll be able to do much more than a few sips. How about you, Mike?
I'm just drinking just Dr. Pepper, and then I'm going to switch to water. I have flu-like symptoms today. I feel pretty flu-ish, except for a fever. I don't have a fever, but I finally gave in and said, God, I wonder if I have the flu. Started taking Ivan that you can get from Dr. Brooks Agnew at brooksagnew.blog.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm just concerned I may have picked up a virus in LA. So came back on Monday. It's Wednesday. And you do not want me to describe my symptoms, but you know how the flu is, right, folks?
Right.
So
yeah, see, Lucy, Michiganders, you guys gonna do like regional parties and just invite Mike and Zester and I and some of the other crew? Maybe we can talk John Dowling into a few of them and some other folks, maybe Andy Scheckman and
sounds good. So
Matt,
on a
Lucas.
serious subject, did you see the Sean Ryan? I don't really know who the Sean Ryan guy is. The only reason, I'd seen his face before, but the only reason I even know who he is because AJ Gentili did an interview with him, the Y-Files guy, about a month ago. But he had a guy on that was with Charlie Kirk, a friend of his, when he was shot. And they were talking about how this wound was, it was going through the details and how it like went in and up and hit the vertebrae and all this other stuff. And people continue to say that given the type of caliber of weapon that was supposedly used, that there's no way it could do as little damage as it did. It did kill him, but there's Kitty, Black Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very interesting conversation because it really doesn't fit the description of at least what people are talking about of the weapon. And I still think the most likely thing is that it deflected off body armor and then into his neck. But it brings up a really important point, which is why the hell are they not telling us about this? They covered up a whole bunch of stuff about Crooks, the guy who attempted to murder the current president. And they still haven't released any of that. They downplayed that completely, even though it...
Yeah, they really have. It makes you wonder what's going on, that they've downplayed so many of those.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want to give him fame for like copycat or other people trying for the spotlight, because that is a problem when you have major crimes like that, mass shootings, things like that. You have copycatters that want a little bit of their fame for themselves, even if they're going to get killed, shot, whatever. They're in the history books.
We should know everything about him.
I think we should know everything about it. And boy, Tucker Carlson dropped a lot of the stuff that, our law enforcement and FBI was telling us there was very little to find there, and unloaded a lot that was very easy to find.
Oh, geez. He also did a 9/11 video. I can't bring myself to watch it because it's going to be so stupid.
I wouldn't mind watching that one, though. How big's Penny? She's big.
I'm trying to talk.
She can put her front paws on the kitchen counter and look up at the counter, like see what's on it. For a cat, she's huge.
I'm trying to talk AJ into letting me debate Bart Sabrell, the moon landings guy that got a knuckle sandwich from Buzz Aldrin. Trying to get him to sponsor a debate with him. So that would break the internet, I hope.
Yeah, she's a monster. Rock website for I can probably pull that one up. Let's see.
Yeah, Charlie's head of security interview. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't it seem odd how certain people are promoted and get these huge audiences, and you're like, well, huge by today's standards, 1 million people, 2 million subscribers, like this Benny Johnson guy. I find him completely milquetoast, completely bland, completely. I see no reason why anybody would listen to him. And he's got 1 million, 1.5 million followers. And doesn't it seem like somebody promotes certain people to these levels? And I don't think they're dishonest people. but they're not talented. So how do they get this massive audience? And I'm just kind of wondering, like, it seems to me, Zester, like certain social media companies are picking certain people to make influencers out of. And the reason must be because they can then manipulate them in some ways. So, like, how do these people achieve these audiences with no real talent and no real content that I can see? I mean, Benny Johnson, you can like Benny Johnson. I don't dislike him as a human being. I just think he's like, to me, he's like Captain Obvious. So how does Captain Obvious go to the top of the pile? And I don't know. I'm just concerned because it seems odd that there are people who get these really big audiences that don't have the support structure for it. Like, what is it that you did that got this big following? I don't know. It seems like
Just get lucky. I mean, look at Cat Turd. Cat Turd just got lucky.
Yeah. Well, did he, or did somebody push him? Did Elon Musk push him? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't it that Musk started interacting with him? That's how he got his audience.
That's probably how he did. Musk's only interacted with me once, and I don't know if I got much of a boost out of it.
That's one more time than me.
The biggest one I had, and I'm going to forget her name. I don't know why I do this, but the one from that was on The Mandalorian that lost her job for speaking out.
Gina Carano. Gina Carano.
Yes. We would go back and forth a good bit on X during the COVID days.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying that the content is stupid. I'm just saying there's nothing that differentiates it from a million other people. So
I got to find this one. What? Stop it. Fake Musk always interacts with me, right?
No.
Just like fake Mark gives you all kinds of crypto stuff. So does fake Mike.
Yeah, I would never give you crypto advice that didn't come directly from Zester. I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah. They're out there, and it's a very serious thing. There's a fake Crazy Kryptonite channel on Telegram. I never even had a Telegram channel for Crazy Kryptonite. I only had a Discord, but there's a whole one out there, and hey, there's like 1,500 to 2,000 people in there or something. So fake Zester has got quite the following over there.
I know you guys like Telegram way more than I do. I am just not a fan because my experience, it always turns into middle school stupid crap. Like every time, no matter how hard you try.
You should be on X more.
No, X does it too, but I guess not as bad.
Of course, I'm the one dragging it down to down
to that level, right? Rick Buck, did I miss any poor dating advice? Unfortunately, Pickles and Gabs were giving Wyatt dating advice, but we never got asked.
No. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Tommy was a visitor that decided to stay. Tommy fell in love with Zach.
Oh, and there's no way I could take him from the other cats or go anywhere else at this point. He fit in far too well. He was a very, very easy mix. Yeah, extremely easy. Tina and Tino were far harder to get to like each other than it was to get all of them to love Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
When you and Jen do M or B, am I surprised how many are B? Makes me wonder if people have lots of currency. Jen actually addressed that earlier last week. And what she said is it's the Zim Agros and the Bolivars that are pushing people. So people who have a lot of that, she gets that they're going to be Bs. And Jen's a real big believer in the Bolivar. Going with this, I hear half the people tell me, oh yeah, Bolivar is going to be a big deal. And half the people tell me, no, the country's completely unstable. There's no way. So I don't know which one is correct. But we will find out hopefully soon.
Hopefully we will know that answer soon. All right, I pretty much stopped watching Benny, Jimmy, which Jimmy? Redacted and more. They sow too much wishy-washy.
Yeah. Yeah, and how about, remember, what's his name? X22. God, Same thing for 45 minutes every day for the last 7 or 8 years. It's like, wow, people still listen to that. Okay. Same freaking
Jimmy
Jimmy
Dore.
Dore.
Yeah, I figured you were probably talking about Jimmy Dore. Yeah, Jimmy
Yeah.
Dore is not a Trump fan.
Yeah.
She is back there on the couch, like that way. You doubt you. Well, as dark as it is in here tonight, you couldn't see her anyways.
I saw her when she was. Oh, there she is. No, that was your shoulder. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, it's odd. You know, you just at a certain point, you just know what they're going to say, and you don't like Bannon's War Room. I don't listen to that anymore. You know, Bannon. We know what Bannon's going to say, and yeah.
I like X-22.
I did like him, but I just stopped listening to him because it's the same thing every freaking day. Same thing. You know, oh, Trump is setting him up. Well, when is Trump going to actually arrest somebody? Come on.
That's the part we're ready for. I mean, I know we're finally starting to see indictments. We're starting to see cases. I know it takes a while through the legal system, but man, we're tired.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, we've been promised a lot, and very little has actually happened. So.
Yep. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to really see things happening.
Yeah. Ooh, somebody sent me some money on Cash App. Thank you. Because I'm kind of broke right now.
No, Marcy, I've heard that before. And I'm certain my voice drives some people crazy. There are certain voices out there that I cannot listen to. I don't care how good the information is. It could be absolutely stellar, and I would still turn it off and look for the transcript. I assume it's just a pitch thing.
Think so? It's just the tone of the voice or something?
I think it's a lot of it. And some of it is like people that repeat the same words over and over and over and over again, especially if they're not using them properly. That'll really do me in. Maybe in a past life, I was an English teacher, and that's going to surprise some of you because I make some really bad mistakes in my grammar on occasion. Yeah, Mike, do we need to send you a turkey dinner?
No, I'm making my own. And
okay, we just didn't
Jim and
know.
Regina will probably what's going to happen is we're going to go to Jim and Regina's house and eat their turkey and their food and watch football all day because we like to do that with them. They're wonderful, wonderful people.
PWN, a lot of people did during the COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
You know, mainstream media would still dominate if it hadn't been for the COVID lockdowns. Those lockdowns forced us to search for news, other news.
Because we knew everything they were telling us was a lie.
BS. I mean, it just did not make any logical sense. So, I mean, which, if you think about it, it's ironic. They were their own downfall. They shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and now they're doing the same thing. Did you see where they're saying Trump called this reporter Piggy, and her name is Peggy, and he said, "Quiet, Peggy." Sounds a little like he might have said Piggy, but
Peggy.
Yeah. Quiet, Peggy. I'm mansplaining here.
The massive smear attempt at him started today in lockstep because of the backlash with the Epstein, with the Clintons refusing. With the release, the vote last night. Today was smear Trump's image as much as you can. Grab her by the whatever. Anything he may have ever said or possibly said, or they think they can get people to think he said or meant, has been aired out today. But he's been mentioned supposedly in the Epstein files 19,000 times or something like that. And I'm like, how do they know they haven't been released yet?
Yeah. How would you know?
From what has been released, we know that Epstein avoided Trump at all costs, starting somewhere before 2010, like at all costs. Don't invite him, bow out, whatever. Any event that he was hosting, he didn't want Trump there. He was terrified of him.
Right about the time Trump turned him into the FBI.
Exactly.
And they charged him, and so he became a known child molester. But the other thing that's really cool is we now have emails that show that Barack Obama and current genocidal maniac House Minority Leader
Hakeem Jeffries was
We're
chasing him for a
trying to
donation in
buddy up.
2010. 2 years.
After
2 years
they
after he
knew.
was convicted.
After they knew he was convicted. So
Hakeem Jeffries, buddy.
oh, he doesn't
Send me
remember
some
that
more
email.
money.
Oh, I don't remember that email. Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it is not going well. It has been a crap show. I was a little back and forth with one of my Beltway contacts, and it was just like, man, you should. And he works in the DNC, and he's like, man, this is a mess. They're all trying to do damage control now. Trump's in it. Get him. Vote. Trump's like, don't release it. Okay, release it. Now they're like, oh, crap.
Well, you know, it
Funny.
seems obvious that he set them up for that.
Oh, totally.
And it's like they just pot right into it. They just officially signed it. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Carolyn Levitt announced it would be released sometime in the next 30 days. He has signed it. Supposedly, there was a big Supreme Court win, 5-4, granting all kinds of wartime powers for the invasion at the southern border
Oh, when did that happen?
today.
Oh,
Supposedly,
That's interesting because Jen's friend Susan Gretz, who's also a very talented psychic, said about 4 hours ago Trump will win his next court case. She just posted that, and there it is.
yeah, boy, I see a lot of people in here chiming off on Zester. They must have watched your latest John Dowling that was released today.
Ah, yeah. Now, that one was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun.
You know, one other thing about that interview with Sean Ryan and the head of the Charlie Kirk security team, he's like, people are saying this, exploding microphones and all this other stuff, and the hand signals. He tries to minimize the hand signals right before the shot. And I'm sorry, I think there's something wrong there because those are clearly signals being given to somebody. And why do we not know that yet? Why do we not know what the evidence is? Why do we not know the stuff about Butler? It's sus. It's sus. Some very weird stuff went there. Her name is actually Catherine. Whose name? Catherine? Do we know a Catherine?
Yeah. Yes, he's on X under the crazy kryptonite. Drop that the exact @crazy kryptonite or whatever it is in chat if you would like to.
Yeah, I'll just go get the link tree. That way, you can find me
Find
all
all
over
the
the
different
place.
ways to contact him.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then everybody can stop emailing me to contact him for you. I already
I
can
know,
enter
it's
my
much
email.
more fun that way. Send him the message first.
Yeah.
It's my secretary.
Yeah, right? Yeah, with all my extra spare time. Everybody's like, well, what did Zester mean when he said this? I don't know. Ask him, please.
Yep. So did you see that the Federal Reserve Bank of, it's not Atlanta, but somebody who does the economic forecasting, it might be Atlanta, predicted
The Atlanta Fed, Philly Fed. Most of what we read, usually the Philly Fed.
a third quarter 4.2% GDP growth, which, I'm sitting here listening to Trump and Besant talk about, the golden age of America is coming. And I'm like, how, where, from what? But if that number is true, then that's boom time. That's a lot of, you can sustain that for 3 or 4 years and you have a spectacularly successful economy. So we'll see. Thought that was good news.
Read some of these. I'm just like, Alley Cat, that's just too funny. All right, let's straighten up.
Oh, hey, did you see Eye Patch McCain got banned from international travel? Dan Crenshaw, they call him Eye Patch McCain, was banned from international travel for 3 months. Congressional Republicans have banned him. for 3 months after an alcohol-related episode during a delegation trip in Mexico.
Trevor, I do not remember having any kind of back and forth. If it was a back and forth more than maybe just one short response, it was a scammer. I do not carry on. I very rarely even see my personal messages on Twitter. Yeah. 99.9% of the time, it's a scammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Christian, late. Been spending too much of the time with Guinness tonight. I do enjoy a good Guinness stout. But if you watch that new TV show about Guinness, I've heard good things. Haven't taken the time, but
Nope.
in fact, I don't even know what platform it's on. I may not have it anymore. Maybe one of the canceled ones.
So Bill Shatner has solved the NASA video thing. Did you see
No?
the object crawling across the ISIS broadcast? He says it's the camera. It's the camera reflection in the window, which it is a lot of the time. I thought it looked pretty weird when I first saw it, but
Well, here's a question for you.
Captain Kirk may have solved that one.
Why would we look to William Shatner for information on things like that? I mean, he was an actor. It's not like he was an engineer. At least when I look and ask you questions about UFOs and things, you're an actual engineer.
But that's true.
Engineer that worked for aerospace companies doing high-tech engineering.
But I will tell you this. First of all, he's Captain Kirk, so he can say anything he wants.
He is Captain Kirk.
Especially with space. Secondly,
Make it so.
Secondly, he's an actor, film and television actor. And he is keenly aware of cameras behind him or in front of him being reflected in the windows behind him. I mean, that's a standard thing that they are always concerned about.
I can see that.
Because there's anytime there is a flaw, 3 Men and a Baby, that kind of thing, where the ghost appears, it's just a crew member. So he's really on top of that and probably knows quite a bit about it. Not to mention the fact he did direct Star Trek V. So as a director, he would.
Wait, which one was that one?
I think he would be pretty smart.
That wasn't that horrendous Wrath of Khan one, was it?
No.
Or the whale one where they're saving the whales?
No, it was the one with the Vulcan who can take away people's pain, mental and emotional pain. It wasn't very good, but it has some great.
Get him to go to like the Democrat rallies where they've got like the screaming tents and those things. He can just take away their.
Anyway, I liked the movie.
I like Shatner too. I was just kind of curious. Should I be listening to him? It sounds like I should give him more credit.
Yeah. So he might know actually quite a bit about that kind of thing. You'd have to know about that as an actor and as a director.
Yeah. How old is Shatner?
94.
94. Wow. Boy, think about it. He's aged pretty well, everything considered.
Yep. Well, he just keeps moving forward. And he seems to understand that if you don't just keep moving forward, you're just going to die. And
that's
that age.
Accurate. I've talked about that on here. Anybody I know who that has retired and not had something to keep them very busy, gone quickly. Health just goes. People, we're engineered, we're designed by God to be needed and have things to do.
Yep.
Christian, yeah, we're playing a drinking game. Every time, I don't know, what's the drinking game? Every time I take off my glasses, no. I don't want to promote that kind of alcoholism.
Yeah, it's not a game if you can't survive it. If no one's able to win.
Yeah, right? I'm reading some of these. We're wired for production. We're wired for creation. We are made in the image of our God, which is the creator. We're made to create things, build things, houses, families, things. At least that's my theory. The final frontier. Yep, Alley Cat. Yep, when we don't have a purpose, we check out.
Yeah, because your life's over, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just basically saying, okay, I'm done. Come get me.
Yep, I agree. What do you think, Zester? As a young man, what what are your drive? What drives you? Maybe some personal expense, success, comfort, building a legacy, or
Oh, it's clearly just, attention. He's just an attention whore. I mean, it's all he wants, people to pay attention to him, especially, he just wants people to pay
coming
attention.
from the man that spent years as a recluse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you could
reluctant.
really say that would be much of my motivation, but ultimately, I think that the motivation, at least in terms of for guys, is to feel useful. It is more of a simpler answer. It doesn't really matter at what, it's at something. That's why you see guys create things, build things, develop expansive hobbies. It's just to be good at and appreciated for being good at something, well, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
But that to me is the only kind of universal. And then everybody who's too lazy to actually accomplish that just has something that they think they're very good at. And that's essentially, you can pretty much break down everybody you've ever met once you get to that point.
All right. Words of wisdom, Mike?
On what?
Just any of this. I mean,
Sorry. I'm arguing with Seahawks fans here.
Oh, you go ahead on that front.
Well, now, if I want to stay alive, I got to get a porpoise.
Right, Dagoo?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't think I'm allowed to have a porpoise.
A porpoise, yeah. Yeah, Zester has been quiet tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you just don't feel like talking that much.
I don't know, Zester,
bros.
Are you like me, just recovering from the time change? I mean, it is late for us.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's heading towards 10 on this side, and so I know for me the time is definitely it's a change, but it's also everything's just been off for the past 2 weeks since it essentially began because of everybody in the East Coast. Y'all's time changed, which made everybody over here in Atlantic Standard Time. We essentially didn't change time, but
we had to change our schedules.
We had to change our entire schedules around it, and so it takes a little adapting, I think.
Okay, so let me ask you for some advice. Oh, sorry. Most men pass away 2 years after retirement. Yeah, maybe that's because they're stuck at home. My dad made it 7 years, so he beat the odds on that one. I have a situation with a company called Stretch Labs. They have pretty good facilities, and what they do is they just stretch you like it's almost like Thai.
That would probably be really good for me.
Massage or yoga. And they stretch me, and it's really helped me. But when I signed up, they said, okay, the first month is this much. And then after that, it's a 3-month commitment, but you can change to like the shorter appointments after a month, or you can quit after a month, but you just got to pay that first month. And I said, okay, that sounds like a deal. And then they come along and they're saying, well, no, you have to pay all 3 months, which is like $1,000. And I'm like, first of all, it's not worth it for $1,000. Secondly, I'd like to change to 30 minutes. No, we're not going to let you do that. Now, this came up because I spent a little more than I expected to in LA. So my account was a little bit short, right? So they're like begging me to fix this thing. And I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. So now every time money's been coming into my bank account, I take it out immediately, right? And so there's no way they can get their charge through. So I just kind of wonder what you think I ought to do about this, because they definitely BS'd me. They were saying, yeah, you can get out of it after the first month. And all I want to do is switch to the 30-minute appointments, which obviously are less expensive than 50 minutes, and just focus on my lower body. I don't really care about the upper body stretching stuff. So now they have canceled my next session. And I'm like, oh, okay. So what do you think I should do? Should I just let them cancel it and stop going? Or should I go in and give them a different credit card on the condition that they change the plan to the plan that I want? What should I do here?
I think I would try that approach.
Try that one?
Yeah, that's what I would try. I'd say, look, you're losing me as a customer unless you're willing to make a alteration and a change.
Yeah. I mean, they lied to me. I mean, they're saying they didn't. Oh, it was all right there. Yeah, it's all right there in this huge thing that, of course, I didn't read because they told me how their plans.
They should hand you a okay, like a microscope or something to read those because it's more than a magnifying glass. That's really not strong enough.
Yeah.
Let's get back to this one though, because this is horribly a misunderstood. Bitcoin is not good for money laundering, drugs, arm running, because you can track it too easily. There's a reason why nearly 97% of all illegal activity in the world is funded by US dollars.
Cash.
That number is probably not as tall now after all the sanctions that have been running around, but it's over 90% of all illicit activities in the world, not just the United States, are done with American dollars, cash.
And didn't they
biggest facilitator of criminal activity in the world is the Federal Reserve. Whether they are willingly or unwillingly, it's the truth.
Didn't they expose this week that Satoshi Nakamoto, they found out who he was? He's some hacker from Scotland or something. Didn't they figure that out?
No.
They went back and tracked the guy who started the first Bitcoin website, and it was this guy who's well known in the industry apparently, and he's not.
There are tons of different rumors and beliefs, and there are guys that have come out and claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto, and then there's the long list of, the CIA, Mossad, NSA, etc.
Normal characters.
Everybody runs through. If you can figure it out, if it's got 3, 4, or 5 letters for its acronym, it's on the list of potential culprits. And then it really goes over to cryptography and the cryptographers. How many people were there out there that were talented enough, cutting edge enough in the field of cryptography to have potentially been the guy who was first? But we have the conversations on the forums. They're still available. That is public information to this day. The conversations on the public forum between Satoshi Nakamoto and other cryptographers as they worked back and forth to figure out how to make this happen. So it wasn't even just him. It was a group of people working together publicly to create it. So that would require a lot of legwork. But the whole idea that possibly the some of the really, really big technological questions that got answered extremely quickly, maybe somebody showed up out of nowhere and gave those answers that allowed it all to happen. Maybe.
A lot of unknown there. Yeah, that's kind of my guess. D. Rambo, Satoshi McAfee. I would not be surprised at that correlation and that connection. That would not surprise me in the least.
He was a brilliant, insane human being.
Completely off his rocker, but brilliant.
Oh, God. And some of the last clips and everything from social media and videos that he was putting out, I mean, obviously he was either on something or he was being harassed into a degree of insanity, and he was giving a lot of messages that seem as if they have somehow come true now.
Yeah. Eerily accurate. And I keep waiting. We keep hearing there's a dead man switch and it's buried in crypto. It's going to release. And I would love to know what he actually knew, not what he suspected, not what his paranoia was screaming, any of those things. Yeah, there's like Rick Buck, off his rocker or way ahead of his time. Yeah, some of the people we have thought craziest in history turned out to just be so far ahead of their time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Nikola Tesla is a great example.
I have an interesting philosophical question for you, bros. This particularly is aimed at Zester. So it came across my feed somewhere. It was the quote from Patton where he said, "I feel like we picked the wrong side in this war, that we should have fought with the fascists against the Bolsheviks, and all of humanity would have been better served by that."
Well, that's a tough one.
And so the question is, would fewer people have died during and after World War II, if we had done that, if America had come in on the side of Germany against Russia rather than allying with Russia, because communism is the most destructive force in human history. I believe you can establish that without a question. So, what do you think, Zester? What do you think about that Patton quote? And I assume it's real.
That was my first question right there. Was like, wait a second. Yeah, well, yeah, here we go. There, well, yeah, it's fabricated. Gentlemen, I have come this morning to the inexcusable conclusion that we have fought on the wrong side. This entire war, we should have fought with the fascists against the communists and not the other way around. Not a verified or credible statement, no evidence in reputable biographies, historical accounts, or anything of that nature. But it is.
But let's talk about it.
It's definitely a question, from a historical revisionist standpoint. Well, there are so many that you could jump into in regards to that one. What if the United States had more early, had an earlier entry into the conflict? What if the United States had not provided Lend-Lease in order to essentially float the Allied efforts? There's so many, but
heck, we would have just invented the P-51 Mustang 4 years earlier. And dominated the skies, the war would have been over in no time.
I don't think that it's a safe argument, though, to think that, yes, technically we can very easily say with hindsight 2020, the greatest genocides of recorded human history are the likes of Stalin's persecution and Mao's famines. I mean, we can very obviously say that with 100% truth, and we can then look towards World War II and look towards those atrocities and say, well, yes, they were millions, but they didn't come anywhere close to the numbers that the communists managed to do in the preceding, in the following decades. That's definitely true.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. World War II killed fewer people than the rise of communism the decade following the war. I mean, if you stop and think about the millions and millions slaughtered for their beliefs and for free speech after, it really is shocking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and not all that long ago, as much as we like to kind of think about it as being all over, it really was not long ago at all.
No,
it does. It makes you wonder, though, on that one, Mike. It makes you wonder. And when you look at that one historically, we really weren't on any of these different sides. I mean, Stalin essentially screwed over the Axis. We just took advantage of the opportunity, in all honesty.
Well, I think it was really just we just made the Lend-Lease deals and stuff with Soviet Russia just because it was good for business. I don't think it was, I don't think we really had any major problem with Germany until the idiot Hitler declared war on us after Japan attacked the United States. What Hitler should have said if he had any brains was, you know what?
There's one
did this without our knowledge. We're sorry, United States. We're sorry.
Yeah.
We're not.
That one's a big one, though. What if? Because Hitler, the United States probably would not have declared war on Germany, and we had a Atlantic first policy from day one. That would have entirely changed the outcome of World War II in and of itself, because the United States would have had a Pacific first mentality, which would have led to an entirely different war, essentially a one front U.S. based war that would have been on one front economic. We would have still been shipping massive amounts of goods to the UK and Russia, but on the other front, we would have only been sending soldiers one direction. That would have changed the entire conflict, and that may have given Germany enough time.
Yeah, it would have been a shorter Pacific War, and probably wouldn't have had to use the nukes. So,
the bigger one, whenever you look back to that one, is just how lucky, in all honesty, the world got that we managed to have an extremely incompetent fascist dictator. We got very, very lucky, essentially, at that point in time. The world got lucky that a brilliant tactical genius was not that guy who was running around the beer houses in Berlin in the late 20s.
Sluggo, that's not a fair comparison. We're talking about realistic historic scenarios that were openly and privately discussed amongst the leaders of the world at that time. So, you know, you're saying, oh, what if pigs had wings? Well, that's not a comparison. That's not even close to being reality. Whereas these decisions were close to being reality. What if somebody had made a different choice?
If pigs had wings, I'd eat them on Sunday with celery and carrots and buffalo sauce.
Yeah. Switzerland, Mike. Switzerland.
I don't think there was ever a legitimate chance of convincing the United States to support Germany. And the reason I would say that, even though we say, oh, well, people talked about it. Well, you've got to take it in the context of history. We are still following World War I. Americans hate Germans. At this point in time. There were massive
when he says Americans hate, guys, you're backing up to like 1939, 1940.
We're talking back in the 1920s.
We're still upset about 1915 or so.
Well, and the thing
Great
is,
War.
By the way, World War I just ended in 2018. The final reparations payment wasn't made until 2018. The war went on for 100 freaking years.
Yeah.
Just because you stop shooting doesn't mean the war's over. Right.
And the United States still had reparations that the Nazi regime had refused to pay. And so we were expecting to get a lot of money out of Germany. It was not logical that we were going to back up Germany after they had very, very clearly said that they had no intention of paying us back. There's a lot of animosity across the nation already. And they've been sinking our boats for the past couple of years, even though they weren't supposed to, as we weren't supposed to be sending military supplies.
Yeah, we should have been
to
sending military supplies to England. So
but you go back to the same thing with World War I and the Lusitania being sunk by a German U-boat, and you start to see a little bit of our government had gotten pretty good at making certain that Germany was the bad guy, and in all honesty, Europe had been on that path for many, many decades. We've got to remember how short of a time it is since Napoleon and Prussia.
Damn it! I almost feel sorry for those. I almost feel sorry for those poor bastard Huns. We're gonna cut out their guts and use them to grease the treads of our tanks. You gotta.
I feel bad for the Prussian. The fact that the Prussian history was just entirely erased because of World War I is something that in my mind is very much a failure of the history books, but it's something that was very obviously erased from the history books following World War I.
Yep.
Because it was the Prussian state. The original German state was the Prussian state. It was not the German people. The Prussians spoke German. German was the language. It was the common language amongst the people, but Prussian was the first German state. Following the Holy Roman Empire, which never was a unified German state, it is the beginning of what is today modern-day Germany. And it began and really dominated for about 100 years until Europe got tired of it and they erased it from the history books following World War I.
Yeah, I love history. All right, I see the time though, guys. We're gonna see mods dropping like flies, and you might see me dropping like a fly if I don't call it a wrap soon.
Normally, I would never avoid. I would never duck out of an opportunity to talk history all night.
Yeah, Dan Haynes, we have heavy conversations on Whiskey and Wisdom all the time. We're just a couple of guys sitting around drinking, talking about all kinds of shiz. That's what this show is, right?
See, that's like guys sitting around. We're going to talk about women we've loved or women that have loved us. We're going to talk about cars, whiskey, things like that, and we're also going to have deep, meaningful conversations. I don't know, Stoic philosophy, history, ancient Mesopotamia. You just never know. We may talk about black holes and hollow moons. You never know.
It's not all girls, bikinis, and cigars on this show. It's not all. That's we're deeper than that.
What's wrong with girls, bikinis, and cigars?
Oh, nothing. Those are my favorite.
Okay. All right. Just checking.
Especially the bikini part.
Yeah.
Girl bikini, not the mankini, but the girl bikini.
I do. I'm blown away by the number of ladies in this community that absolutely love cars. I think it's just awesome. Just awesome.
All right. Well,
Mike, get some rest.
yeah,
Get some rest. Mike, if you get some rest, you can beat the little funky feeling and you won't get sick. That's my take.
I hope so.
Behave.
I hope so. By the way, I had a great time at One Last Kiss, the Kiss tribute band, on the Thursday before we left. If you ever get a chance to see them, if they come to your town, go watch them. They're hilariously good. And I learned something about a Kiss song I did not know.
What's that? Hit us, and then we'll call it a wrap.
Well, I actually listened to the lyrics, and I discovered that the song Nothing to Lose is actually about, are you ready, ladies? Butt stuff.
Ooh.
I started listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, wow, I think this song is about, yes, it is.
Yep. All right. There we go. It's a good time to call it a wrap.
See you guys.
Usually, butt stuff and things. Yeah, it's totally
Butt
time
stuff's
to
about
call
the
it a
time
wrap.
we
Yep,
stop.
that's it.
Yeah, we stopped the show.
I like that. I was right. I saw you at a Kiss concert, probably in
It
Chicago.
was a pretend Kiss concert. But it was
Okay. All right, folks. I enjoyed it. Hey, wait, Rick. Wake up. Tell me about deleting zeros again. We'll
me
probably
about
have to
what?
talk about it again. I've been getting so many emails about it. I assume these people never watch a podcast that they would email me asking about them, or they've been hanging out with Rick Buck and just messing with me.
You know what? I'm just going to say this too. If they delete the zeros in the sense that they just take the 3 zeros off and it's now 76 cents, you should be grateful for that because your life can be changed.
Still be awesome.
Just by that. Just by that, your life can be changed. So,
All right, D Rambo, I'll be waiting for that email. Everybody else, it was a pleasure. I enjoyed the return after nearly a month away from Whiskey and Wisdom. And look forward to seeing you. Should be next week. I know it's the night before Thanksgiving, so we'll have to play that one by ear based on like family, mods,
yeah.
ourselves, etc. Tentatively, probably going to be a go.
I'm planning on it.
Managed to get
All
all
right.
3.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Tina.
See you guys. Now we've seen all the cats.